Fifth quickest was American Jeff McPherson, and sixth was Emanuele Pirro in one of Onyx Racing's marches. As the field slithered off the grid down towards Copse Corner, it was Pascal Fabre in the lead with Emanuele Pirro with two wheels on the grass. By the time they got to Beckett's, Russell Spence was in the lead. Ahead of Fabre, Nielsen, McPherson, Thackwell, Pirro and the rest of the field. At the end of the lap, Spence was still leading, but challenged closely by Fabre, and then Nielsen and McPherson. Hager crashed on the inside of Woodcote. And Sala also went off, but rejoined. At the head of the field, it was Spence and Fabre, then a gap to Nielsen, and then another gap to McPherson, being challenged by Thackwell. By the time Fabre had taken the lead, the race had been stopped. The black flag coming out because Satoru Nakajima had crashed heavily and his car was abandoned in the middle of the circuit. By the time they managed to restart the race, the track was getting ever wetter. Spence led off from pole position with Fabre alongside him. But as they headed into the first corner, it was Fabre with Spence beside him, then Nielsen, Pirro, McPherson and Wiedler as they went into the gathering gloom. But Spence had the lead by the time they were at Beckett's, with Nielsen up into second place and Fabre in third, and Wiedler and Pirro having a tremendous battle. But Spence led at the end of lap 1. Wiedler challenging Fabre behind, then Nielsen and Pirro, then McPherson and Thackwell. Wiedler was the man on the move in his first ever Formula 3000 race. There were two debutants out at the head of the field. Spence from Wiedler, and Wiedler then took the lead. Spence was in second place, and Fabre was being challenged by a sideways Pirro in third. At Woodcote, Ken Johnson slid a bit further into the catch fencing. Wiedler was at the head of the field, but Pirro was now up to second, with Spence down to third. Was the answer. Pirro took the lead, and Wiedler then began to slip back. Pascal Fabre was third, Russell Spence fourth, John Nielsen fifth, and Mike Thackwell sixth. Pirro just pulled away, once again using all of the road. Behind him came Fabre, having disposed of both Spence and Wiedler. As Fabre pulled away, Wiedler slipped further and further back into the clutches of Spence. And behind the two of them, Nielsen had pulled away from Thackwell. But then there was drama when Dominique Delestre slid into the back of Thierry Tassin's slowing car. Tassin had a dead engine, and both of the drivers were injured. As the rain continued to pour down, Pirro continued on his way. But Delestre was trapped in his car. Tassin had got out of his car with a broken arm, but Delestre was trapped by his legs. Even so, the race continued, much to the annoyance of the doctor. At the front, and in worsening conditions, Pirro was being caught by Fabre. But then, fortunately, the black flag was shown and the race was stopped. The cars formed up on the grid, but no restart was given. The results were taken after 22 laps, and Pascal Fabre acclaimed the winner. Half points were awarded. So Pascal Fabre, the winner, Emanuele Pirro in second place, John Nielsen third in the Ralt Honda, Mike Thackwell fourth in the Lola, Thomas Kaiser and Alessandro Santin completing the top six in this first round of the Formula 3000.